Watch out! The man forcibly dragged the woman into the car. This scene happened to be seen by a woman. He immediately reminded her husband to watch. Then the two quickly chased after him. The man knocked the woman unconscious and put her in the car, panicked and closed the car door and left. Then covered the woman firmly with a blanket. After everything was arranged, he asked his accomplice to drive to leave, but then a motorcycle stopped in front of him. The two robbers were furious. The man pretended to pedal the motorcycle there. The robbers shouted at the man. The man indicated that his motorcycle was broken. The two robbers were very anxious, but the man did not panic. The robbers shouted in anger and frustration. However, the man pretended not to hear. In desperation, the two robbers had to get out of the car to check the situation. They angrily walked towards the man. The robbers loudly asked the man what happened. Why are they blocking the middle of the road? The man told the robbers that the motorcycle was broken. The robbers were instantly enraged. At this point, the woman quietly walked to the back of the car. Take out a bottle of mineral water from the bag. Carefully pour the water under the car. The man tried to stall for time. The woman quietly came over and opened the car door. She leaned down to remove the blanket. The woman was already unconscious at this point. The robber threatened the man in an arrogant manner. Tell him to push the motorcycle away. But at that moment, the woman carefully helped the woman out. The man looked back at the ground, then pointed to the ground and told the two, claiming that their car was leaking oil. The two robbers looked back. The woman saw the situation and hid. Then the two robbers squatted down to check. One of the robbers used his hand to dip up and smell. The man saw that the two robbers were suspicious by nature at the two of them. The woman was scared to help the woman, afraid of being recognized by the robber. However, was somewhat hesitant. The woman trembled and walked. The robber looked and looked, but still not sure how familiar the two backs. He followed behind the two. The woman looked back as she walked. Then the robber suddenly shouted to stop the two. The woman acted as if nothing had happened, but the robber came towards them. He asked the woman if she had seen the two women. The woman lied and said she saw them going that way. The robber's IQ must have been kicked by a donkey. The woman took half a day to get over it. She was scared out of her cold sweat, then helped the woman to leave quickly. At that moment, the man came to the place where they met. He was complaining about where his wife had gone. Unexpectedly, his wife suddenly heard her husband's voice, so he turned around to check the situation, then shouted and waved to her husband. The husband heard the sound and looked around. The woman hurriedly took off her sunglasses. It was then that the husband recognized his wife. He questioned his wife incredulously. The wife told her husband the whole story. The husband told his wife to leave the place of trouble. Then, with the help of the husband and wife, helped the woman to leave quickly. The two robbers were still complaining. They could not understand how the duck that was cooked actually flew away. These two people's intelligence is really worrying. Then the robbers asked their accomplice to hand over the keys. He felt his trouser bag on both sides. He suddenly realized. The robber hurriedly questioned him. The partner suddenly remembered that he had just left in a hurry, forgot to take the car keys. Not long after, the two ran back, but found an indescribable scene. The couple was about to drive away. The robbers quickly shouted to stop. The man saw the situation, quickly got into the car and left. The two robbers frantically chased after, but unfortunately, the two could not run the car. Angry robbers can only take the motorcycle out of anger. Then his accomplice asked him what to do now. The robber suddenly remembered that he still had the keys to his motorcycle. Unexpectedly, his accomplice found a new problem. The robber looked at him with a puzzled face. The original man before leaving the motorcycle fuel tank to drain all the oil. The two people can be described as theft of chicken and lost rice. Lost his wife and lost his soldiers.